So put your hands together for my lovely friend Tom Huddleston from Time Out magazine, please.
Cheers, Lindsay. Hi, as Lindsay said, I'm Tom Huddleston. I work at Time Out, and I'm a massive Twin Peaks nerd. Before I bring down the cast members, I just quickly want to, this is becoming slightly traditional as well, I think we should all give an enormous round of applause for the people who basically stayed up until silly hours o'clock this morning and then slept here, quite a lot of them. So Lindsay and everyone else who has organised today, give them a round. People that I'm about to introduce need no introduction, so I'm not sure why I'm bothering. We've seen them up on the big screen this afternoon. Some of us have seen them throwing rocks with a varying degree of skill and success. Mädchen Amick, Buchanan, and Charlotte Stewart.
Smile. Yay!
So the first question I want to ask for all of you is the first question I've asked pretty much everyone that's sat here over the last 4 years. How did you get involved with Twin Peaks, and how involved, I mean, how aware were you of David Lynch's work when that happened? You can grab a mic from down there. You go first.
Me?
No.
How did I get involved in Twin Peaks? Okay, so I was a brand new, really, really young actress. As you can see, I'm like watching these episodes, like I'm such a baby, but anyway. And yeah, I met Joanna Ray, who was David's casting director, and I had only done a couple of things, and she said, I really want you to meet David Lynch. And I only knew David Lynch because I had seen Dune. His movie Dune, in Reno, Nevada, where I grew up.
You were the one who saw that.
Yeah, and I could really appreciate the artistry of it, and I thought it was really strange. And then I went in to meet David and met, I actually read with Eric, because he was helping his mom do the castings, and we read together. And I guess I didn't know this until actually the anniversary when they were putting together the gold edition, that they wrote Shelly Johnson for me. I had no idea. Yeah, it was pretty great. I originally had auditioned for Lara Flynn's part. But, and he just said, Mädchen, do you want to do a show with me? And I was like, yeah. So that's how and you know, just to know that David Lynch was doing television, knowing this very strange filmmaker was going to do television, I knew it was going to be really interesting, and it was either going to be really amazing or really bad.
Can you do Mädchen in the David Lynch voice?
Mädchen, do you want to do a show with me? Yeah, I do.
I actually did, with Lara Flynn Boyle, I did the Calvin Klein Obsession campaign that David directed. And that was when I met him, and on the end of the day, when we had finished shooting the commercial, all the stuff he said, "You'd make a good dick." And I said, "Excuse me?" He said, "You should come see us on Tuesday. Like, you'd be a really good dick." And that's how I got involved. And I did make a very good dick.
Very true.
I was living in Topanga Canyon, California, And my roommate, Doreen, volunteered to do some work at the American Film Institute. And she was assigned to an art director named Jack Fisk. And she came home one day and she said, we're doing a movie with this student, David Lynch, and he needs an actress to play one of the parts. And he needs an actress who can cry. And so I told him about you. So they're coming to dinner. So a couple of nights later, David and his wife Peggy came to dinner at Topanga, and he brought Topanga. I don't know if you know, Topanga is on the outskirts of Los Angeles and way up in the mountains above Malibu. So it's rustic. It's very, very rustic. David arrived, as most people do when they're invited to dinner. You know, they bring a little gift for the hostess. He brought me a sack of wheat seed. And we proceeded to have dinner. He brought the script and left it with me. And I read it, and I did not understand a word. This was for Eraserhead. And I really didn't understand it. But it is my habit to say yes to everything. It's gotten me in trouble a few times. But I said yes, of course, especially to film students. I had done several of them that never went anywhere. You know, most of them don't go anywhere. They're just a project to get them through school. So we started working on Eraserhead, and I thought, this guy takes too long. He takes too long, he's never going to make it. You know? Because we started with the dinner scene with the little moving chickens. And then, as it turned out, of course, it was very well done, won a film award, you know, upon release. And then my friend Jack Nance was asked to do part in Twin Peaks. And the next thing I knew, I was playing Betty Briggs. You know, we never talked about it. He just said to me one day, you know, oh, by the way, I think I have a part for you. And then I was sent a script and when to show up. And, you know, I was very flattered because I'd worked for 4 years on Eraserhead. And yeah, that's how I played Betty Briggs.